Was going through a lot of suicidal tendencies. My mom had been listening to the radio one morning and called me and said, "Hey, this advertisement went on the radio about people with depression, anxiety. If this amount of money is worth saving your life or a possibility of saving your life from not wanting to kill yourself one day, I'm willing to try." And I said, "If you're willing to try, I'm willing to try." And within the first few sessions, the first week, I started noticing differences and feeling a little better. Like I wasn't waking up in the middle of the night screaming from nightmares all the time. I wasn't doing any of that. So when I came, it was for anxiety, PTSD, and depression. So it kind of goes hand in hand with a lot of people that, may suffer from depression and you're overeating and things like that. This really did help with both things. So it wasn't something that I had to focus on just one thing. It kind of just helped it all at the same time gradually. With the process of coming in when I called, like the way they explained things, it sounded like hypnosis to me. And I'm like, so are you going to hypnotize me? Like, because I've been through this before. It doesn't work for me. And they're like, no, not at all, not at all. And so when I sat down in the chair and they did my consultation to show me how the technology worked, I'm like, okay, I can actually fall asleep right now. And I just felt relaxed. I felt comfortable. And then you could notice like the little things that they were pointing out to say, hey, you're going to notice this or you're going to notice that, but you're going to relax. And over the few weeks the first few weeks for my first 10 sessions, I was like noticing little things that were different. And I'm like, huh. And so I was asking questions and they were like, yeah, that's it working. You're not supposed to notice them, but it's working. With that, I have put that out there at how I felt for all these years, 28 years. I just felt ridiculous and unwanted. And I had this really bad resentment and this wall built where, hi, bye, glad you're okay. That was the type of relationship I had with them. And now I can sit and talk to them and call them on the phone for hours at a time and have a conversation and not have to worry about, I hate them or this or that or the other. I see what their choice was and why it was. And I forgive them for that. I forgive the people in my life that I kind of pushed out for certain decisions that they have made. I don't have to let them in my life, but I don't have to hate them either. So I have learned to not only allow people to love me, but me love other people in the way that God loves us. God forgives us. God appreciates all of his children. And he just wants us to be examples. It's just a forgiving nature. And not only did I have to go through that, but in my journey of finding myself through all this abuse, I found women that went through that as well. And like I said, God sends you places. God introduces you to people. God crosses paths with people. My significant other, the same way. I have to think of it that way. When I met him, I wanted nothing to do with him. I was visually looking at him. I was visually judging him, literally. And he knows this. And we talk about it all the time. But there's a reason God sent him to me. And I think it was the fact of when I started this program just shortly after we got together, I finally learned that I need to accept love and I deserve to be loved the way God loves me. It is definitely, and I have actually done this. People have noticed the difference and they said, what are you doing? How are you getting through this? Are you in therapy? Are you in this? And I've sent them information about the program. And I have been blessed enough to be able to go through this program. And it's a blessing because of the fact of I know that I'm not going to take my life anytime soon, or even at all for that matter anymore. I'm not going to be sitting here waking up depressed for no random reason whatsoever anymore. I am not going to sit here and cry every day and wake up from nightmares every night screaming because I don't know what's going on or I'm having flashbacks from things that I've dealt with. The PTSD that's setting in, or the depression where I'm crying and screaming. Like, I don't have to face that anymore. If you can at least come for a consultation or even sit down and speak with somebody in this office, like anything, just to get an idea or a feel is, like I said, I was skeptical at first, but sitting down with Heather, it made everything a whole lot easier to understand and process, and me be able to, okay, let's try it.